that tonight, aren't we?
Well, he got to the Final Four last year basically because he took the triangle 2 defense against Arizona when they didn't expect it. When you see the setup, that's Miles Simon, Michael...
and Salt Lake City, Utah. But the intensity of Rick Majerus in his 10th year with the Utes and Bob Knight in his 28th year with the Hoosiers will be felt in this one. Great coaching matchup, two outstanding teams. And now from beautiful Maui, just one more team to fill in our championship bracket tomorrow night. Will it be number 21 Utah or undefeated Indiana against Syracuse here tomorrow night? Syracuse advances with that 58-46 win over Michigan. The Orange awaiting to see which Big Red they take on tomorrow night. Bob Carpenter, Bill Raftery. And as we mentioned yesterday, Billy, nothing's really changed for Utah. It has to start with Andre Miller. Last night it did in very big fashion.
Both coaches will be concerned about the stars on each team. I think Andre's a guy, one of the great lead guards in the country. He can space out and hit it with a lot of nylon. He's got a comfort zone at making plays, at finishing plays, at being very creative with the bounce. Solid lead guy, the extension of Rick Majerus.
Hanno Mottola is the other Utah veteran. The junior goes 6'10", 240. He is stronger this year. He's a Euro-style player. Obviously from Helsinki. He can go down low. He can step out and shoot the three. And Indiana has so much talent. We've got to talk about more than one guy. A.J. Guyton. He can be unstoppable, and he's a great complement to the versatility of Luke Recker, the 6'6", 200-pound sophomore. Indiana off to a 5-0 start. A tough comeback to beat Kansas State yesterday, and Bob Knight feeling pretty good about his team early.
We've had an approach to play that has been good. We've had an influx of new blood in terms of kids that are playing their first year that has been good. We've had some, I think, reevaluations of what's necessary to play by returning players, and all of that, I think, has added to a team that, at least from my perspective, has been enjoyable to deal with to this point.
You might have noticed on the Indiana lineup, Bob makes one adjustment. The redshirt freshman, Kurt Haston, will start today. Most total wins among active coaches, and Rick Majerus may be way up on that list someday. He's won 311, 212 of them in 10 years at Utah. Indiana in their whites, they are the home team, and the Utes in their road reds. There's Luke Recker, and we're getting ready for Gladness to jump it up against Nate Althoff. A late minute insertion into the Utah starting lineup.
And the Utes go minute.
But of course they do.
And you mentioned Haston. The reason he's in there, they're expecting some of those junk defenses, and he can make jumpers.
A little short is Gladness on that one. Utah had about 3 players last night make three-point shots for the first time this year. They were able to knock off a feisty Arizona State team 65-48. On top, Jensen.
They want him to score a little bit more. Althoff trying to, a nice screen here for Killian.
Yeah, too strong. Althoff, backdoor, and Utah takes the lead.
You just look at the size with Jensen, Althoff, and Mottola. It's extremely impressive versus Indiana. A little foul here. The discard. Not afraid to mix it up, huh? Jeremy Killian.
Killian out of the JUCO ranks at Palomar, California. Hoosiers to throw it in on the near side. You know, these teams really aren't that much different, Billy, in their styles. They both run motion. They both love to play tough man-to-man defense.
The one distinction, I think Bob will double post and screen, where there might be some set plays out of Rick's stuff. Here's Recker through to the box. Nice pump.
Guyton, A.J. got off to a great start yesterday. Can't roll that one home. And a loose ball picked up by Andre Miller. How many times will we say that this year?
And you see Mottola get right to the rim, back screen. They like to pop to the ball.
Killian, the hook for Althoff. Double team, Recker drops down. Killian for 3. And a backdoor rebound glanced off the hands of Hanno Mottola.
And the big guys get down the floor quickly.
Gladness,
nice.
Great look. Oh, he was blocked.
And that's what happens when you run the floor. You're in position to do some damage.
And Knight starts Haston. He makes it pay off very quickly with a verse basket.
And if Gladness can play for Bob Knight like he did the second half, And they've got themselves some inside player.
Had the double-double last night. Here's Mottola. What a stroke. Can't knock it down. And the rebound for Kirk Haston.
Gladys relaxed a little, got bumped, never got through.
2 minutes in, Michael Lewis handles for Indiana. Guyton takes a look in from the wing.
Was he quick?
Gladness dribbled it right into AJ's leg, and Michael Lewis has it back on top. 45-second clock that's just now down to 25. Boy, the gym is full for this one. We've got red everywhere, Utah and Indiana.
Nice post pass.
Haston short. Rebound, Alex Jensen averaging 7 a game for Rick Majerus.
And we were so impressed, both of us, Jensen defensively. Luke Recker will have to work hard to set him up to get free.
Recker guarding Jensen. Guyton on Killian. Mottola loose on the wing. Killian loose for 3. Just kind of babied it up there. Didn't really stroke it.
No, he didn't. And Lewis did not check out Miller.
Andre Miller.
Awesome. Just a little relaxation. You've got to play the whole trip.
1,152 points with that make.
Little flare screen, and look who's right there. Long arms. Alex Jensen.
Gladness stopped by Alta. Lewis for 3. Everybody short so far.
The feeling out process. Good cutoff there by Mike Lewis.
Killian left wing. Jensen flashes out.
That little inside curl there is a tough thing to defend. Good help on the post.
Miller the catch.
Guyton staying to help.
He too is short. Rebound AJ Guyton. Trying to tie the game. Air ball. Backdoor. Haston. He traveled.
He really should have gotten right up with it.
Yeah.
Good experience showed there, but how about Guyton? Explosive as he turns, gets himself in position to deliver.
Phil Cullen, the slim 6'9" freshman, will check in for Rick Majerus. Guy who gives him a lot of potential down low. There's Adam Sharp, a redshirt freshman guard, who will give a breather for Andre Miller.
Sharp likes to keep the dribble alive.
By the way, Billy, that was Andre Miller's first miss of the tournament a moment ago. He was perfect last night.
And Cullen with a good look here. They don't get through those screens. That's the second one. Not only got an easy look earlier, did not make it, but as you noted, the Keith look-alike knocks it down.
I swear he's Keith's little brother, and that stroke made him look like it. 6'2" Utah.
Well, he's got a wealthy big brother then.
Haston short. Killian the rebound at 6 foot.
Shooting not what it will be in another month or so, too.
Right.
All the teams struggle just a little bit. The perspiration, the rush.
Jensen failed to catch. Oh, look at that dive to keep possession.
Oh, between people, and that'll always cost you. Oh, no.
Dick Paparo will say Indiana touched it. It looked like that ball went through untouched. And we've got a timeout for Bob Knight to get in Dick Paparo's ear. Utah by 4.5 minutes in.
Now Luke's got to play within himself. That was the first touch last trip. He tried to force it a little bit.
Guyton, tough catch.
Look at the use of the arms. Smart.
Stays under control on top for Lewis. Good pace to this one in the first 7 minutes. 8-5 Utah. Jump hook. Haston.
I loved when they sent me the tape and I took a look at him. He needs a little bit of strength. Occasionally he'll get a silly foul, but he's got that beautiful jump hook. And more importantly, he does hustle.
His other good shot, a free throw line jumper. So we saw half the repertoire right there. 8-7 Utes.
And Guyton with Miller's got to pay attention now. They switch automatically. Now it's Lewis.
Guyton watching Sharp. Cullen, little shovel.
Step in, play. Good read by Luke Recker. You got to be under control as you get to the rim. The nice slide. Haston gets out, and Cullen feels he's got a nice little dish. The slide down, even the rotation from the top. Good, solid trip.
Indiana now with a chance to take the lead.
Some great matchups out there, aren't there? Crockett now gets a shot at Recker.
Lynn Washington, who did not start the game. Bob Knight put in Kirk Haston. He's paid off with a couple of baskets, couple of rebounds, but he turns it over right there.
Now that's one of those plays you can't cross over anymore. You can't put it on the floor, they call it. It's almost like a double play combination in your sport, or one of your sports. Patrick alongside. Bob said what a contribution he's made. I think it's given him a lot of juice, to be honest with you.
Having his son on the staff, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Patrick, class of '95. Look at Andre Miller just blow by people.
And I think in the middle they got Adam, who was less than sharp.
Yeah, Charlie Green pointing at him.
Took a shot, too. Recoiling at half court.
That's Dane Fife into the game, number 11. Well, look at the freshman out of Michigan. When we come back, Utah 8, Indiana 7 early. The Utes by Great Alaska shootout with number 1 Duke Thursday night up in Anchorage.
And Crockett now has Recker, who still keeps moving. Nice little curl and dump down.
Haston stopped cold on that one. Here come the Utes. Andre Miller counterattacking. Hanno Mottola has been quiet early. Flashing out Adam Sharp. Dane Fife, the freshman, on him.
I'm sorry, Bob. Lynn Washington in the game now. He's got Mottola. Tough, nice play again. Oh, well, you know, great read. They being Indiana, read, get in position, and then let you know. And you talked earlier today about the teaching that goes on. These two benches have guys, they have doctorates in teaching and getting people, communication skills, getting people to do things.
UConn, the top dog in the Big East, coming up big tonight. A little Big East Big Ten matchup of their own with Seton Hall in Minnesota. Just like we had Michigan and Syracuse. We've got the WAC and the Big Ten here. Utah has led all the way.
Good recovery. Richardson gets out there.
Jensen back in for Rick Majerus. Andre Miller, baseline left, can't finish.
And a good non-call that time, too.
Yeah, Recker the rebound.
Yeah, little late. Jimenez in, solid, can shoot, fundamentally sound, doesn't turn over spaces on the post pass.
A little too strong there for Larry Richardson. Ball slapped out of there by Fife, and Killian on the way.
I'm looking forward to seeing Fife just relax a little and get into his game. He's a great recruit for Indiana. Very competitive. He's got some offensive game, too. Just a matter of steps here.
Hanno slipped.
Just a matter to finish. Fife is settling into his game. Brother Dugan here for reinforcements.
Rick Majerus with the Maui look, and his team had a good look last night. They really ran some great stuff offensively, knocking off Arizona State.
Pretty.
Washington.
Nice little look as Lynn wisely faces the ball, and they will give it to you. This time, Guyton.
Out of San Jose City College, a JUCO who wanted to go all the way to Bloomington to play his last 2 years.
Here's the overload, the slice cut, screen down, reverse. And look at Jensen. I mean, you think he'd be able to post up. They get a walk or no? They get a foul on Fife trying to help out.
Hanno Mottola getting triple attention every time.
And Bob, anytime you get into that lane, you see all the red shirts attracted. As long as you roll and face. And right here, Fife gets caught up with Jensen first, then tries to help on Mottola. Both cut to the middle with vigor.
Jensen unable. Altar over the back of Richardson, and Utah will keep it.
Pretty good aggressive move on both parts. Richardson's got to stick him a little bit, keep him off. He's got the size.
This is starting to look like that Syracuse-Michigan game. We were stuck on 9-8 in that game for a while, weren't we?
I think less than 10.
And then, of course, the explosion finally came late in the first half. Andre Miller, quick first step. What
Jensen,
a follow.
Alex, wow, what a find. With affection, that kiss. Got to put a body on him.
10-9 Utah retaking the lead.
With a level of intensity, the defense there, Jimenez, who really seldom does something like that. The aggressive D and the good self-control by Bob Knight. And watch out, you just got to put a body, well, everybody looking up and nobody sees Jensen. Terrific little tip. There's the back cut being set up. See, now Fife can play him because he's 6'10" and not a post-up guy.
Away from Miller, but Killian there to help.
And now they try and post him.
Mottola, he can dribble, he can shoot from outside. Lynn Washington, that's a 5-second call.
Great rag job, Bob. Fife fighting for the post and able the pressure to go on the dribbler.
4th Utah turnover.
And this time Jensen on Guyton.
Jimenez for him.
He can play big or small, can he? Good show by Cullen to switch.
Away from the ball, Washington and Jensen going at it.
I think that's number 2, isn't it?
That'll be 2 on Alex. They cannot afford 3 on him before halftime. And hey, we've got 9:09 remaining. That could be a big thing for Utah, and he's going to have to check in his freshman Brad Crockett.
Well, the good offensive maneuver causes the switch, and that enables Jensen to get the foul. I mean, if they could have stayed at home, but the maneuverability of Indiana caused that problem.
Boy, a lot of pressure on the freshman Crockett now, trying to stay with A.J. Guyton. He's a rebounder, screener, and he's got to be a big-time defender. Oh, look at that. A 360, and A.J. couldn't finish. Then he fouls Andre Miller.
What a shame. Everything but as A.J. left a little of the night clothing on the line. Oh, my God.
I think he took the clothespins and everything with him.
Look, this is a little lingerie lingering. You're right. You are from that era, huh? The clothespins, drop step, gather, everything but. Huh? Never really got a good-looking stroke on it.
They're going to towel off the basketball here, giving Rick Majerus time to check Adam Sharp in for Andre Miller. Andre won't be out long. He's averaging 33 minutes a game right now.
Well, he's strong enough to handle it, but in this atmosphere, I think it's a little bit harder.
Sharp over the timeline with 3 seconds to spare.
You notice how they switched the exchanges, Indiana.
Mottola. With that 5-second call in mind, he got rid of it. Here's Sharp to the baseline. Cullen helps him out. Puts it on the floor. Dumps it back. Mottola.
There's that stroke you were talking about.
Yeah.
Well, Indiana will switch little a little, big to big.
That's Hanno's first 3 of the year. He's now 1 for 6.
Oh, hold by, not a good play there. As Luke trying to keep moving, Brad Crockett gets tied up. You see the exchanges, the penetration causes the breakdown, and then the speed there to try and recover. Just a little bit late by Guyton.
4 Hoosiers shuttle in now. As Recker's back, Gladness, Lewis, along with Haston, the starter. That'll get Rick Majerus' attention. He'll get Nate Althoff, his 6'11" center, back in there. 13-9 Utah, 8:15 now before halftime.
And both coaches, you get prepared for every game, but some games there's a bigger feeling because of the guy on the other bench.
Yeah.
Now the respect level for both, their ability with their teams, the integrity of the programs.
Well, we certainly experienced that last year with Tubby Smith, Lute Olson, and Mike Krzyzewski, didn't we?
Nice cut.
Haston, nice look for A.J. Guyton. Last touch by the hustling Phil Cullen. And Cullen just took a little blood, yeah. He's cut under his right eye, evidently. It's going to take them a while, I think, to plug that one up.
And my guess is it's nothing dirty. I'm sure Rick's protecting his player, but it is right there. The elbow comes down, and that's clean basketball, Bob.
13-9 Utah. It is a war in Hawaii right now. Time to patch up. We'll be back trying to put him back together. His
cut man, huh?
Well, it's going to take
this level.
That was a nasty gash. It's going to take Phil Cullen a while to stop bleeding from that one.
And as noted, drive to the basket. He tried to pick up the charge. The follow-through caused it. Healthy basketball.
A.J. Guyton on top for the Hoosiers. 9 points for Indiana in 12 minutes.
Drop step the other way.
Gladness way short.
You got to feel the guy. Catch it. He's on your left. Go. Drop step back right. Right shoulder, that is.
Utah really frustrating Indiana defensively.
He does a great job of that. He's an inducer. He's tantalizing.
Adam Sharp with his second, thanks to Luke Recker.
I used to watch that at Army when Bob Knight was there. It would drive you nuts. You think you're in good shape. You can see the theatrics at the end. But tit for tat, as they say, because at the other end, Brad Crockett has been shadowing Luke Recker.
Now Indiana needs to start scoring. They're 4 for 18 in this game. Came in shooting 46 as a team. Madness picked up his dribble early.
Well, that's not his game out there, but he made a great screen.
Recker for Lewis. Away from the ball, a whistle.
I think Miller, huh?
Andre Miller getting tied up. That'll be his first.
All that screening, you get tired.
Indiana into the bonus.
And
Rick Majerus working the ear of Charlie Green.
I was just going to say, he's setting them up. You can see the screen here, down, the dribble exchange, and down underneath, you can just see the arms flailing. It's just to clean it up a little bit. But you got to set it up for the second half. I mean, a good defensive team is physical. There's a presence there. You establish that during the course of the game. And if it's called consistently, you don't have a chance.
Kirk Haston with 5. Outstanding student. Former Mr. Basketball in Tennessee in Class A. He rolls it in. And Bob Knight's late starter with 6.
And Bob was telling me before the game he felt they would do the triangle in 2, and there were holes in that he could contribute with that little turnaround.
Mottola puts it on the floor.
Indiana's been aggressive without giving up a back cut. That's tough to do.
Sharp.
Good denial by Lewis. They try and shut off all the lanes.
Now Miller gets loose after Lewis fell. Hayes can't score. Althoff blocked by Haston.
I think they got a foul on it.
Oh my.
Yeah, one of those play-ons too. It's extraordinary. The big guys can do some great things and not foul. That's one of those plays. I think occasionally the anticipation level is there. Lewis, a little bit of a discard, sets this whole sequence up, recovers. And I just thought that's good ball. I guess you could always say the arm, but I thought that was good reaction.
Nate Althoff rotates it off the rim. Bob Knight's team averaging 79 points a game. They have 11 in this game in 13 and a half minutes, and Althoff fails twice. Luke Recker says, I'll run the point, AJ.
Well, that means he's going to initiate it, give the pass up. He's not going to dribble to the goal from that far out. That's not their philosophy. He's a cutter.
Gladness on top for Lewis.
I think Luke's got to screen more to get himself free. He's
Guyton. And Majerus says, hey, that's coming off the floor and coming back down.
And this is not. They got
Rick's going to get a technical.
And you know what's a shame? I hate to disagree with him because I hold him so dearly. He's wrong. It was a slip, and you can do that. Oh, look, he's tossing, and his longtime assistant, Donnie Daniels, trying to calm him down. What makes him good, he's got a little bit of fire there.
Just a little.
Well, I don't think he liked the foul on Miller earlier. You know how you get stirred up?
Michael Lewis misses the first tee.
You think he wants this one?
Now possession for the Hoosiers. Still down by 1 is Indiana.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be the corner man trying to control Rick when he gets upset. But right there, that's okay. Slip, it's fine. I mean, that's just a play on. He never caught it and established.
Andre Miller trying to pick the pocket of Lewis. Luke Recker, Killian in front of him. A.J. Guyton, Sharp stopping his dribble. Wrecker in traffic. Impossible shot. Gladness finishes.
Oh, is he? Second half yesterday and early on here, so solid, involved, and defensively, tough assignment with Mottola. He's involved in this game.
By the way, Cullen coming back in. Rick got him up very quickly.
Great help on the baseline by Gladness. Causes the turnover.
Held ball the other way.
Now they're complimenting the defense for it. Oh, they're saying a loose ball, so it's the arrow, and it still goes IU's way.
Butterfly type bandages. Well, Tennessee wins tonight. Minnesota trying to get it done, as well as Big Ten Ohio State. That DePaul team with all that young talent, very impressive early.
On that loose ball, I was talking to Hank Nichols, who the coordinator officials, they said, that's a good defensive play. He said, no, it's a loose ball. I think it should be a non-arrow situation. He disagrees with me. I never won one with him when I was working.
Gladness over Cullen.
Tough shot. Can't force it. Kick it out.
Andre Miller. Lewis back. Hoosiers back in good numbers. And Lewis a little duck-in foul. That'll be his first.
Good try, though. Tried to get the puppies in a square position. Feisty.
Both teams toe-to-toe defensively. Utah, nobody on their team has more than one field goal. 6 guys with 1 each. This is a grinder with 5 minutes before halftime. 14-13 Indiana. Cullen on top.
Good slip.
Miller hanging, yes.
And, you know, he had an option there, and I think if Doliak were here, he would have passed it.
Well, Doliak's here, but he's got street
He's not on the floor.
That's a turnover, Bill.
A little more activity, the spread. Here comes Wrecker, pretty good post-up guy.
Gladness pass hits the rim, or rather the
Great
iron.
stroke.
And then Michael Lewis, how about that? He touched the twine with the pass, and then he tickles it with the 3. Indiana's biggest lead, a gigantic 2-point spread. Cullen can dribble it, takes on Haston.
A little trap and recovery.
Killian,
He can make it.
Mottola for 3.
And there's no reason to help and open up. Gladness was sniffing around, but that's because he's generally down in the box area defending. This time, he's got a terrific deep shooter.
Utah back on top by 1. 3:45 before halftime. Lewis for Haston. Turn to the left.
Pretty
right-handed shot.
Big time move.
Kirk Haston with 8.
He's got a little game, Bob.
Yes, he does.
He's going to continue to improve.
Mottola posting up against Gladness. Help from Wrecker. Now Wrecker has to go with Sharp. Mottola to the right hand and a foul.
Going to school. Oh. A fine fin finish. Oh. Hits the 3. Now he posts up, and watch him set him up with the dive to the right. Come back over the left shoulder and kiss it home. Hanno.
Second foul on Kirk Haston. Hanno to the line. All whack last year. Made the all-tournament team of the West Regional after that big game he had against Arizona. And he's got 9 here. Well, Rick went a little ballistic out here in the islands, but his team's back on top by 2. Everybody getting a shower. One of these clubs through to play Syracuse tomorrow night, and dial up ESPN.com news and totes. And the youngster from North Carolina, Curry, home for the holidays in the Hampton area. Randall L. Antoine Randall L., the Indiana quarterback, is here with us. We have not seen him appear yet. You never know when he might make it. And Valpo on a roll. They're 4-0, off to another great start.
Indiana hasn't been able to establish that real cutting game. Sensational Utah defense. And Bob, nice slip there. Off the timeout.
Haston.
Wow.
That's
a Hall
10
of Fame
points along with his 5 rebounds.
How about a Hall of Fame timeout?
Yeah.
I was just thinking they really haven't gotten the flow. Screen slippage, bang.
3 minutes to go, and just like the game before this one, Offense is heating up late in the first half. Andre Miller, great body control, short on the shot. Last touch by Utah's Phil Cullen, and the Hoosiers bring it back the other way.
You know, I know Andre Miller can make that shot hanging on the way down, but he should be shooting it on the way up. He's had a couple of opportunities. He's changed that.
Guyton having a cool night. AJ with only a three-point play. Here comes Andre Miller.
Pretty
sharp down low, high off the glass. He got a little intimidated by big Kirk Haston in there. Now with 6 rebounds, Haston. AJ Guyton on top for Lewis. Michael thought he was going to pull up. Rob Turner, where's he been all night?
Well,
first appearance of the game.
They've been waiting for him to make that. He's had some opportunities. 0 for 6 from 3. That's 0 for 7.
And he's 4 for 18 on the year.
There's the switch, little to little.
2 minutes remaining, first half.
Small to small again.
Mottola from Killian. Cullen blows by Haston. Too hard on the layup.
Boy, he had him hung out to dry, everything but.
AJ Guyton.
You know, one of the things they could do for Guyton is have him come from the other corner around the pick. See, now he goes back to the defender that way. He curls the other way, he's going to his shooting hand.
And
How about
the
this?
jumper. Here's Jared Odell again.
Boy, what a confidence. Doesn't get a whole lot of minutes.
He played 13 minutes last night and was one of the defensive keys for Indiana in that win over Kansas State. How about that? He drills the jumper. And the Hoosiers from the bench, the 2-point lead. Well, a 5'11" redshirt freshman, pretty good basketball player, but how about him on the gridiron? How'd you like to see him on the fast break with AJ Guyton?
It would be flawless and done in a flash.
I think he's going to score. Maybe the next time. Look at those numbers. Rushing yardage, almost 1,000. Over 1,800 passing. What a talent he is for the Indiana football program. And hey, as the season goes on, Bob Knight will work him in. He's known as a tough, hard-nosed kid, a decent ball handler, and they say he can really defend on the ball.
He better be able to guard. And they caused the turnover. Fife takes advantage of his minutes. Good, strong denial, and Sharp not able to ward off.
Lewis in for Odell. Converse, Indiana, 6'8", 210 freshman Jared Odell. 13 quality defensive minutes last night and a big basket a few moments ago.
Fife trying to lock his guy low.
Glenn Washington well off. And out for it, Rob Turner.
And Lewis really running the show. Tell him where to get. Sort of a box look here, screen down, slip to the goal.
Under a minute now. Low scoring first half. Odell for Lewis. Thought about the long range three. And Sharp picks him clean.
And that makes up for a little mistake earlier. Good heads up play by Adam. Oh, they switched and don't cover.
Mottola wants the ball. Odell on his back. And a push.
Little nickel dimer in the low post.
Courtyard by Marriott halftime report coming up with Dave Feldman and Digger. A look at our previous game when Syracuse beat tomorrow night.
Would Digger be big in Maui? Surfing. Wouldn't be enough room here, though.
Hanno into double figures with 10. Mottola averaging 14 a game. One of those Iron Men for Rick Majerus. He's going to get 30 minutes or more every night out.
And I think those points will move up, too. He can really shoot the ball. Just got to get maybe that desire to knock more down.
Indiana, a final chance here. 23 all. 30 seconds. We're inside now.
Hold it. Run to the end. Maybe Guyton on a flare. Get him in an area where he can dribble drive. Looks like Lewis is trying to work the post. There they go. Get Guyton off it.
10 seconds.
Now he's got room.
AJ on Killian for the three. Swish!
Good heads-up play by Lewis. Got himself out where he can do some damage.
Utah can't get a shot.
They got a chance. They can get a...
3/10 of a second.
Only tip it. That's all they can do.
Yeah. You almost have to throw it long and just have somebody bump it up there. Like that. That's as well as you can do with 3/10 of a second left. 26-23, Bob Knight over the Utes of Rick Majerus. Dave and Digger, a great coaching matchup, and we are seeing serious defense in Maui tonight.
All right, Bob, thank you very much. We certainly are. The first game, Syracuse and Michigan, 22-21 at the half. Jerry Tarkanian wouldn't like this game.
Well, I think three things are going on. Number one, it's the jet lag. They're tired. The gym is hot. And credit the defense. Indiana, 1.4 for 18 in the first half. Utah starts out 3 for 10. So, yeah, it is a defensive battle.
All right, we're coming back with a halftime report, and we...
And Bill Raftery in Maui after the break.
Go ahead. Imagine yourself in a Mercury.
It's a tough physical basketball game. The offensive numbers are not up, but you've got to give both teams A+ for the D.
Would you say they're more advanced defensively?
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. A little bit of offense on occasion. Hanno Mottola on a drift. As you see the reaction defensively, Richardson comes out a little bit too far, and here the beautiful move into the lane, turn around, knock it down with a kiss, and AJ with some gorgeous maneuvering in the lane and the ability to step outside and hit the jumper. Someone's got to get it going with some consistency.
Utah 9 of 24. Indiana 10 for 29. Not that many turnovers. And how about the first half of Kirk Haston? Not much last night. He had 5 points, 3 rebounds against Kansas State. Bob Knight put him into the lineup late. A huge first half for the redshirt freshman, and he's got it. He gives it off to Odell, another little-known Hoosier coming into this tournament. A.J. Guyton with Record to his left.
Almost looking for some offense when you think of these insertions, don't you?
Yeah.
One of the few good looks right here.
Record created his own shot.
He's got to keep moving. Screen,
His first
pop.
points of the night. Indiana's biggest lead, 5 out of halftime.
He's been wearing Jensen. Alex, one of the premier defenders in the country. Ooh, a little push by Jensen, and he frees Mottola.
Jensen a touch. Going back the other way.
Althoff, maybe.
Uh-oh. Is that 3 on Alex Jensen? He only played 10 minutes.
And here's the ability to get free. Something he wasn't doing. Nice turn away. Square yourself. Knock it down. Did they give it to Althoff or to Jensen?
Jensen. Ooh. 45 seconds out of halftime. Alex, who only played 10 minutes in the first half, gets his 3rd foul.
Oh, they're going to correct who it's on, maybe. Or the scores clock, Bob?
35 on it.
They didn't start it on time. And here they go. The clear, not too bad. He gets a little shove, no question about it, but his cut freed up Mottola. Record looks like he's cutting with more purpose right now.
A.J. Guyton on the left wing. Here's the entry.
Pretty move here.
Look at Odell.
Oh, Yodelay, who, huh?
Jared Odell. Althoff the high catch. Andre Miller on the wing. They're posting up Mottola. Odell all over him for his 2nd foul.
And that's that body turn that guys teach the center, in this case the forward. Mottola, you curve your body. Here's the little run through. Now he locks, and now watches the maneuver. Now he turns him all the way so he gets another guide hand from the top. Pretty play.
Jensen. They're going to need his defense and his shooting. Alex with only his 2nd basket of the night. It's Utah back to within 5.
Now you get some free shots against either one of these teams. You're somewhat surprised.
Lewis for Record. Hanging. can't score. Killian grabs the loose ball. By the way, Dick Paparo, a little conference with Rick Majerus when Utah took the floor. He explained to him the rule that you talked about, that it's a legal play when they got the technical. And Odell's going to get another one.
Yeah, over the top, got involved. And did Rick buy?
I'm not saying that. I don't think he was convinced. It was an animated conversation right in front of our table between Dick Paparo and Rick Majerus. 2 minutes in. Indiana by 5. Utah possession. Andre Miller throws it in.
Oh, they got Recker with the hold. Nice
on Jensen.
Cut. Good footwork by Jensen. He's fixing his shirt. He almost lost it. Tough to play without the apparel.
Miller looking for somebody, finds Jensen.
And Lewis has been solid on Miller too. Nice screen by Miller.
Alex for 3. A little bit short. And contact by Mottola on the A.J. Guyton rebound.
Yeah, that's one of those you wish you hadn't, Hanno. Keep your hands off. Nice look there, and then what they would like is Jensen to provide that, and unfortunately here, Hanno couldn't get the balance. Flare to a pick and roll.
Haston.
He is so confident. It's great.
Seeing the emergence of a solid player here for Indiana. Andre Miller.
And Lewis right there again.
Killian, no chance for the 3 with Guyton defending. Jensen looking for Alta. Quick on the turnaround. Second chance, third chance. Mottola. He will score.
And that's not good interior rebounding by Indiana. They got shoved too far under the rim and glass, but great pursuit by the Utes.
And they're back to within 3 here early. 3 minutes out of halftime. Guyton taking Killian to the baseline.
Oh, explosive. Oh, mommy dearest, help. Blow by. See how far out you have to catch it to initiate your offense? And a discard, alt off, Recker. He just creates havoc, offering up that body. Excellent reader of what you're trying to run, which means he pays attention to the tape work. Off the ball, your guy's not in danger. Here, get yourself in position to create some damage.
He takes a charge whether the ball's anywhere in the area or not.
Wasn't even part of the play, huh?
Nope. Indiana by 5. Trying to go 6-0 on the year. Surprisingly, the Hoosiers have only a 4-3 record in Maui over the years.
A little hand check.
Oh my, 4 on Jensen.
Boy, the happiest guy in the building is Luke Recker. He's taken him away and used the bounce a little bit now to get him in trouble. Indiana likes to get to the ball to the top and look down. You see everything is lifted here as Jensen gets involved. He just doesn't have the quicks to get there. Not a good play here by Guyton.
Calling out of bounds. Indiana all over the Utes now. Brad Crockett will check in. Jensen's got to sit down. Solid Tulsa team will challenge Utah, New Mexico, TCU in the WAC. Looking at some of those WAC teams now. Utah State, the team that knocked off the Utes last week. And how about DePaul? They are so explosive.
You see that New Mexico game earlier?
Did it?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, you and Dick. A fun game, and now here's a tag by Crockett. Well, he's an explorer. He's going to find new territory trying to follow Luke Recker. He's much more active this second half. That's one of those adjustments that the coaching staff suggests.
5 team fouls forced by Bob Knight's Hoosiers on Utah already in 4 minutes of the second half.
He just has a nice feel. He didn't get the ball up there, but offensively, not a good one there. Jared Ogle, a little small change in the backcourt.
They're going to give it to Michael Lewis, who reached in first. That'll be his second. Odell already has 3. A lot of team fouls early out of halftime. Crockett, Recker all over him, gambling for the steal.
That's how high they want to force that pass with this team. And what that does, it eliminates some of the slice cuts and the back screens that Rick likes to want.
4:09 out of halftime. Hoosiers led by 3 at the half. AJ turns on the Jets. 32-27. Utah 34%. They'll be shooting better than that Sunday night on ESPN when the unbeaten Broncos take on San Diego. Denver 11-0. ABC Monday Night Football. The Giants and the 8-3 49ers. To be right about now with that evening breeze blowing here between this island and Lanai.
And with our luck, we'd run out of ice cubes.
They run some whales out there across the strait in the spring.
Well, off a timeout, I always enjoy what coaches run. And we got a couple of coaches. Back screen on the baseline here.
Crockett against Fife in the corner. Sharp. Bad pass. Fife. Miller chasing. Forced him to miss. And Odell follows it all the way.
You can just see that he will not miss those as his career goes on. Dane got hooked up a little with the feet. A little extra release.
Bob Knight's onto something with Jared Odell. Here's Cullen around Haston. Can't knock it in. Crockett tied up with Odell. Held ball. Possession arrow.
You know what you love about both these teams? They go for it. And right here, he tries to cross over and take him away. You got to speed dribble and make it. You see the extra flip on the release. The spin and then takes it a little further than he would like.
Arrow is with Utah, so they keep possession.
Bobby, you get the feeling that the intensity level is way beyond November.
Mottola short. Here comes AJ. He's got a man, Haston, backing in, squaring up, rejected. Cullen and Mottola both there.
A tough one to handle, and then by the time he got squared up, great reaction by Utah.
Michael Lewis to trigger it for the Hoosiers. Odell looking back for him.
And Lewis is saying, ball, ball. Look at this little sweet, easy look.
AJ unable to knock it down. Mottola clears it. The outlet for Andre Miller. Hanno with 6 rebounds now. Miller ducking in, hanging, draws contact.
On the pass, you notice how few fast breaks, Bob. Well-coached teams don't give them up. They all balance. The wing people get back. Make sure they're in order and identified. Another easy look on the inbounds from Miller.
One dribble, he can't knock it down. Hanno having a bit of a cold second half. He's 2 for 11 on the night.
It wouldn't surprise you to say Rick practices those inbounds plays hours and hours.
Details.
Jay Cutler, our producer, does a lot of whack games and has sat through them.
Rick Majerus has some very fascinating practices. Haston. He walked. Rick will have him on the court for a while, and then they'll have chairs set up on one of the baselines. They will go down and sit on the chairs, and Rick will stand in front of them and lecture them very quietly for a couple of minutes. Then it's back onto the court. The process repeats itself several times during a 2-hour practice.
And a lot of new guys, and therefore the turnovers. Here's Mottola once again, the box area. He's
Hanno from Sharp.
What a nice pass. It was a sharp pass.
Hanno Mottola with 15, and that's of Utah's 29. Andre Miller, only 4 points tonight. A.J. Guyton on the top for Dane Fife. Crockett defending.
They face guard opposite the ball as Sharp. Ooh, Crockett really getting away with a little bit.
Yeah, a little hip check there. Odell shuffled his feet.
Well, the angle is so good. The guide hand is out. You lay it in there, and with the talent of Mottola, the rest, simple. You've got to recover defensively. You deny and get to that baseline and seal off.
Well, Utes a chance to get back to within 3, maybe 2 here.
Fife and Crockett really teeing it up. Switch again. Loaded earlier, the small guy, so switch to small.
Sharp Fife bounces off him. Mottola, traffic. Indiana foul on Haston.
Second, Bob, I think.
Number 2.
They rally to the basketball. There's the induced charge, and watch everybody get all over. Play big, trace the passer, try and rotate in the back. A couple of angles for you as Mottola, pretty sound offensive player, draws a lot of attention.
Hanno 7 of 8 from the line coming in. Chance to score with the clock not moving.
Haston gets down early. Lewis just can't get an angle to give it to him. There you go. Now space out.
Gladness on top, in front of Cullen. Fife against Sharp. Lewis and Miller near side. As Billy mentioned earlier, the matchups all over the place. Haston puts it on the floor, and Crockett strips it.
Didn't make a decision quick enough. Good help defensively. Both so well schooled, aiding their partner. Good down screen.
Crockett. Mottola. Haston stops him.
Hey, he's showing me something, Haston. Once in a while he'll make a mistake, but it's not from effort.
And Sharp, another steal. 3-on-3 here. Cullen runs into Fife.
Ooh.
And it'll be on Cullen.
Oh,
Fife
yeah,
stepped in front of him.
I thought they were going after Fife. Nice play. Fife trying to contribute any way he can. Well, he likes this team. He's involved. Having a good time out here, man. A lot of basketball and a lot of perimeter people who can cut and handle, which is right up his alley.
Indiana 4 consecutive times down the floor now, turning it over without getting a shot. Nate Althoff set to check back in. Indiana not living up to its advanced billing in the shooting department. Almost 50% they shot last year when they went 20-12, 9-7 in the Big Ten.
Bad angle for the skimmer there. It's a nice hustle.
Oh,
Turner,
Lewis.
huh?
Yep.
And then Lewis runs it down.
Gladness puts it on the floor. Mottola in front of him. Running down inside, 12 minutes in a 5-point game. I mean, this is exhausting to watch this thing.
Well, every trip you're wearing another guy.
Lewis thought about the 3.
Long.
This is everything. And look at Dane Fife again. Turner, the shovel. Sharp picks up the loose ball.
And getting in too deep. Unfortunately, as Lynn Washington, I believe, gets tagged for it, but you got to make a decision a little sooner. Trying to get in closer to get an easier shot.
11:23 remaining. It'll seem like an eternity the way this thing is going. Indiana 34, Utah 29. Free throws at the other end. They may be spending a lot of time at the stripe.
Consistently over the years, Indiana has gotten more free throws than the opponent, or makes more than they take. Right now they're at 117 free throws to the opponent's 73 coming in. So they initiate and make you commit, and unfortunately frequently there are errors you commit.
Andre Miller, first point of the second half, 5 on the night. He did it all last night against Arizona State with 24, 5 boards, 5 assists. He'll get us into the timeout. Majerus likes it. His team back to within 3. A tough, physical, defensive.
He set it up, Althoff, negated.
You know, I've heard of following your shot. I haven't heard that much about following your
pass.
34-33 Indiana.
Pretty move.
Lynn Washington, I thought he was going to finish off the right hand there.
Nice duck in by
Gladness over Cullen. Utes boxing out. Cullen saves it again. Miller for Killian. Couldn't drop it, but he's fouled by Michael Lewis.
I did a nice job in the air recovering. Recker almost took it away in the front, but look at Cullen. Twice, as you noted, the ability to keep it alive. This is just the courage of your convictions when you're the lead guard, and follow it up. And either dirty laundry, Andre Miller seems to clean up. And this is the last play where Lewis tried to get back and help out with Recker.
Jeremy Killian still unable to score tonight. Pro scouts love this kid, Andre Miller. He can shoot it. He can run it. Great passer, great vision. There's Michael Doliak, the All-American, the Orlando draft choice.
He was just applauding. You don't have the success that he had and not enjoy his wonderful coach like he has and not be part of it.
Game tied. Not that Indiana's had that big of leads, but it just seemed like a long road back for Utah because of the low-scoring nature of this game.
Every basket has been tough. Well, see now, this is unfortunate because Recker rode his guy into the lane, and you're supposed to protect the defensive player as Jeremy just tried to hold his ground.
Killian, his second. Clemson got a tough one from Chaminade earlier today. Seminoles come up big. Wake by 18 over William and Mary. And Providence, leading early, held on to win that game.
Hey, Providence beat Rhodey earlier. And then Vandy had beaten Providence. It's going to be one of those years.
We also had Kansas State in OT over Arizona State here.
And Tom Asbury deserves one. I mean, his team played very well, just didn't put Indiana away.
They've had two tough games out here. I'll tell you, Kansas State will be a lot better in the Big 12 for the experience they're getting here.
Tough-minded, just learn what the coaches want, that's all.
Indiana by 2. There goes Andre. Triple teamed, he scores.
Just a nice hesitation. The freeze frame.
He goes from freeze frame to fast forward pretty quickly.
Oh, he does, without pushing a button.
Indiana 0 for its last 6 from the field. Recker in the corner in front of Lewis. He'll bring it to the near side. Haston the jumper. And it's pulled down. I'll tell you, Adam Sharp seems to pick up every loose ball.
Has a nice feel for it.
Mottola facing, dribbling, hanging. Can't score.
Recker with a nice tip away. That's what I love about Mottola when he turns and faces. Tough out.
A.J. Guyton against Sharp. And the loose ball. He's got Killian.
And what'd you say a moment ago? Sharp.
He's a magnet.
On the money.
Andre Miller. We're starting to lose some of the structure of this game right now. They're getting up and down the floor a little bit. Sharp squares up. Quick release. Almost banked it home. And the rebound. William Gladness of Indiana. Only his second board of the night.
Everybody seems in a hurry.
Michael Lewis can't finish. Althoff. 8:20 remaining.
Just run something, you may get something. A lot of fatigue on both ends right now.
Adam Sharp. Killian. Hanno thought about the 3.
Look at him handle for his size. Gladys has to hug him. They got a good denial here if they work at it.
Close to 5 seconds. Killian now watched by Recker. Shot clock to 15. Miller way out. Well short. What do you think, Billy? 7:45 to go. Next basket wins.
Well, no. Hey, wait, there's going to be a lot more scoring here. Just run your little sets.
Gladness on top for Guyton.
Not as sharp, I think, because the early season play and what in their execution. That guy can ring the bell. He gets in the lane.
A.J. penetration. He's into double figures.
Yeah, you really got to pinch and space properly to assist on him. You got to space off your guy and assist because not one guy can contain.
Hanno Mottola his second.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And gets the Rattler to go down.
I was just thinking, when will we again see Alex Jensen? As I had that thought, he went to the table. He's into the game on the far side of the paint. He has not been able to play much at all because of 4 fouls tonight. A.J. completes the three-point play the conventional way. 7:34 remaining. Bob Knight and Rick Majerus in a titanic battle. 39-36 Hoosiers. The winner of this game gets Syracuse tomorrow night at 10:30 Eastern. Here's our Duracell Ultra storyline. Utah still unable to shoot very well. Andre Miller coming alive, though. And Indiana using the inside game tonight, although A.J. Guyton has penetrated well from the perimeter.
I think that's what they're calling inside points as well. His contributions in the lane, because you can post up big, little. You can get in there with the dribble, and it all counts as inside points.
Hey, Billy, a quick happy birthday to Martha Duke. wife of Wayne Duke, the tournament chairman. She's watching from Barrington, Illinois tonight. Our best to her, and we're giving her a pretty good basketball present. A tight couple of games here with Syracuse over Michigan, Indiana now with Utah.
And knowing the way Wayne throws money around, I'm sure she'll get a pineapple from him.
A.J. Guyton after the Utah miss.
Take him with the bounce, knowing he's got the foul problems. Don't force it.
Record traveling. Charlie Green, the trail official, with the whistle.
See, that you have to anticipate as a player. As you get into that area and it's taken like bing, quick decision, and that's what gives you a little difficulty when you're on the sideline. Ron Felling, longtime assistant.
11 Indiana turnovers, 7 minutes remaining. Hoosiers by 3. Alex Jensen back in. How much of a factor can he be down the stretch?
Well, I think defensively it's important, particularly with Recker. You can't let him get going. Nice post up, something Miller does well.
Just didn't shoot it hard enough. Jensen has it, trying to get contact,
Let him
and
play.
Haston whistled.
Ah, come on. Both teams are playing hard. Just swallow the pea once in a while. Put it in the pocket. And this is where Miller makes it tough, because he has your guard down there to defend, and right here at the end of this, up big, and oh my goodness, he didn't even take any change on that one. He can be a factor getting to the foul line, to answer you.
Yeah.
He can be a factor making that jump shot, and obviously defensively.
Kirk Haston having a big night. That was his 3rd foul. Jensen to make it a 1-point game. Cullen a touch. It'll be 39-37 Indiana.
Where they really hand hedge, don't they? See the little hand by Cullen? Just help their partner as he follows his man.
Recker pushes Haston to the perimeter. Lewis on top for Gladness.
This is their little triangle in 2, I think. See Killian on Recker and Guyton being played by Miller. And this is when they ran their baseline screens. Bob, let's see if he can't get their attention.
Recker switching it. Lewis way long with the 3.
Should be a violation.
Shot clock violation. I can't ever remember seeing Indiana shoot this many air balls.
Well, what happened? Now Bob's upset because they see him run the baseline. It's something they put in the triangle in 2, and he wants Lewis to recognize, and that's what a point guard should do.
5:55 remaining.
And now we have seen him coach this team and enjoy it, but you got to respond as a team as well. I mean, this was something he had on the board, he discussed, and he wanted them all on the baseline to be organized, and that's what you want your lead guard to do.
Rick Majerus spending the timeout with under 6 minutes to go. Indiana 39-37. I hope those Syracuse players are resting comfortably back at the Marriott, because they are at the survivor of this game.
Exhausting game, punishing game.
Andre Miller for Utah. Jensen on the wing.
Where they sprint through on their cuts. Feel Recker had to play Killian. Now he's looking for the next logical cutter. Got to get some help.
Look at Miller posting his man.
What a read.
That is NBA written all over it, folks.
Well, also Rick Majerus spotting it and getting everybody out of the way.
Indiana now bringing it down. They need a make. They're 1 for their last 10.
Good. Oh, my goodness.
Good
Nobody
look to
at home.
Gladness. And a foul.
Cullen just fell asleep defensively, but that's what's going to be open in that triangle. But you called it NBA. Dribble to the middle, protect, and then elevate, particularly when you got size, strength, and, oh, give me a kiss, Andre Miller. And right here, the late recovering. Gladness can't quite knock it down, but that hole is open in that special defense.
Gladness only 2 points tonight.
No one's going away here. Both hanging tough.
I think one of these teams is going to win it, Billy, in a 5-point blowout.
Late.
Yeah. 4 for Gladness. Bob Knight on top again by a couple with 5:15 and counting. Bob Carpenter, Bill Raftery. It is a February grinder here on the 24th of November in Maui.
I say Lewis is tough when he's dribbling, but down low, Miller has the advantage.
Oh, he thought about the three. Oh, jumps through everybody. Haston, a clean block.
2 in a row. One he got away with. And he ducks in here.
AJ, watch out, Jensen.
Pretty look.
Gladness.
Oh, what suckage by Guyton. The little dump down.
Rick
Is that
Majerus
pretty
wants
basketball?
another timeout.
Well, down on this end, you need some defensive stops when you're struggling. Miller with a great use of the jump stop. And once again, Kirk on the money, able to hasten understanding defensively to slide over. They get through the squeeze, but the big guy prevails. And then as they bring it down, watch Guyton get 3, find some happiness with gladness.
AJ Guyton, 11 points. He had 3 assists at halftime. And he's taken over Andre Miller's role here, of course, for Indiana, doing it all. He can shoot. He can be unstoppable, as we mentioned earlier tonight. And what a great play that was to get the Hoosiers up by 4. He has 5 assists in the game now. Jensen around the perimeter.
A little screen down. You got to catch it. Look at Miller alert, and Lewis more alert.
Utah turnover. They're 11th.
Oh, goodness, what a break.
Haston picked it up and traveled.
Both big guys not with good plays that time. It can't get grayer, but it can get more frustrating when you're on that sideline. You got a chance to put the wood to a team and let it slip.
Mottola, the entry from Miller.
Too deep.
Waiting. Scoring.
Now Gladness just gave it up too easily.
Hanno Mottola with 17. Twice in this game, Indiana's led by 7. Now it's back to 2. In the first half, we had 9 lead changes and 3 ties, and the trend has continued.
Just a little out of sorts. Now Lewis might be able to do something on the dribble with Jensen.
Recker against Killian. Good stop by the smaller Jeremy Killian at 6 foot. Recker at 6'6".
Not a flash. Little back screen by Guyton.
Shot clock at 8. AJ looking at Andre Miller. How about this matchup? Recker for 3. Oh!
Onions!
1 second on the shot clock when it went in.
Oh, he's been silent. The kickback, and stepping up and putting him on the line.
Indiana by 5.
Big trip here. Quiet the crowd, get themselves in a comfort zone.
Mottola the runner. Jensen almost fouled out there. Hoosiers by 5 as Luke Recker got them out of their seats.
And now the difficulty, fatigue, and you may gamble defensively and give up an easy one.
Haston high post. Recker a pick for Guyton, then he flashes to the wing. Here comes AJ. Mottola closed on him. Now Miller picks him up.
Does he have some game with that dribble, Guyton? Good curl here.
Recker
Great help.
rejected by Althoff.
Stayed at home.
Andre Miller feeling his way through. Jensen, how about that?
A little knockdown. Mottola was taken down. I don't know if it was Hastings.
And that kept a couple of Indiana guys from getting
That's
near
right.
the
They
paint.
couldn't help.
46-43 under 2 minutes remaining. The winner plays Syracuse tomorrow night for the Maui Invitational Championship.
Still that little zone now. The 2 big guys appear to be in the zone now. Everybody else man-to-man.
Lewis for Guyton.
Now they're just not trailing him out there. I don't know if they give Killian this one. Yeah, he's been tagging. Jeff Judkins, great player at Utah alongside Rick.
Ten team fouls on Utah. Indiana gets to shoot a couple.
And this is just a major case of courage under fire, huh? And Guyton finding Luke Skywalker.
Luke Recker with 8. He didn't have a point at halftime. The force is with you, Luke.
May the force be with us.
Now, who does that make Darth Vader?
You can handle that one.
Never mind. Recker with 9. 5 in a row for Luke. 1:37 remaining. Hoosiers by 5. A heart-stopping three-pointer by Luke. Swish.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Maui, the Magic Isles, and by Norelco. For an unexpectedly close shave, put it to the test.
The beautiful island of Lanai out to our west. Here on the island of Maui, Bob Carpenter with Bill Raftery, our ESPN crew. A dandy second semifinal game. Syracuse awaits the winner. Luke Recker has awakened. The Indiana fans are ecstatic. A 5-point lead seems like a lot with 1:37 to go.
Well, it's one of the quick hitters that you want to run, get a good shot, and obviously Indiana conversely would like to make you use time. They try Mottola, and Recker's sniffing down there.
Killian for 3. His first field goal of the night.
Woo! Well, a counter.
A 2-point game. Jensen at the top of the Utah defense. Michael Lewis handles it for the Hoosiers. We're going to go under a minute on this possession.
The black guys are just zoning up. Playing area.
55 seconds.
See the help by Cullen? Oh, not a good play.
Shot clock at 15.
Got to get Guyton outside.
AJ takes a shot. Down he goes. Here's Recker. Shot clock at 8. Shot clock at 5. Lewis hanging.
Oh! Well, that kiss, they'll remember in Bloomington, a bang banger. And Jensen afraid to play him with the fouls.
And Miller can't knock down the 3. Hoosiers have it with Recker.
Got to come up and play him. Got to give it.
May need to foul here. Miller does.
Recker comes up with the biggest rebounds for this club and Bobby Knight. He had 2 last night, if you recall, that they had to have. Makes the 3. And Lewis, they're going to have to put new glass in. This is a shatterer. Step through, and the ability speed-wise, bang, bang. The kiss.
Final
remember.
19 seconds now, including its last 8. And they are down the stretch. Dan Patrick, Kenny Mayne next with Sports Center. They'll check in on Jake Reed. Baseball offers rolling in. Randy Johnson reportedly getting a huge one today. And Johnny Unitas, the great Baltimore Colt. Rick Majerus, one more timeout.
Both in the double bonus. Okay. Tough on the line. They got good perimeter shooters, so when they get the basketball and you give it up, generally they're able to convert these. The push now, you need speed dribble if you're Rick Majerus.
If he hits this, the best Utah could do would be to tie with a pair of 3s.
Well, you know, I still think you go down, wow, well, big time, and that rule's in effect. The long rebound, the rule being the inside man's got another 10 inches. And that long rebound still a factor.
Alex Jensen has to give himself up, fouling out with 14.6 seconds to go. Frustrating night for Alex. He got his 3rd foul 45 seconds out of halftime, his 4th a couple of minutes later, and he just couldn't get in the flow tonight.
I'll tell you what he did do, Bob, though. The first half, he took Luke Recker out of the game, and that gave the legs to Utah, the confidence to run their stuff.
I still can't get over that 1-iron Michael Lewis put in off the glass.
Oh, was that? You're right. Into the wind. Hit it real low, huh?
Yeah, it was a knockdown. And Lewis now looking for his 8th point to put the Hoosiers up by 7. He probably could have nailed the coffin shut there, but Utah still a chance. They've got to have a 3. Andre Miller lost his dribble. Mottola for 3. Won't go. Over the baseline. Utah ball. It is over, folks.
Sure is. What a fun game to be involved in.
1.5 seconds remaining.
Great competitive people out there.
Killian, it's going to be a 3-point game. 52-49. What a ball game. It's Indiana and Syracuse tomorrow night in the Maui Invitational Championship game. A great, great coaching matchup. Guyton and Miller, the guards. Luke Rucker. Sports Center coming up next with Dan Patrick and Kenny Mayne. And for Bill Raftery, Bob Carpenter, and for all of our Maui crew, this has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. We'll see you tomorrow night for the final, Syracuse and Indiana.